I think we really chose the Immersion program for the ability to allow our kids a lot of opportunities, and we knew that starting early in kindergarten was really the best time to learn a second language and be bilingual. And it's just such an important time in brain development. I think they pick it up just so fast. It's really cool to hear them come home and speaking phrases in Spanish.
Yeah, I think that opportunity for them to start at such a young age, that's something that we couldn't give them. I think anytime you have your kids starting school, you're really kind of concerned, are they going to adapt to the structures of school?
What we've learned is they don't really know any different. You know, they know that school is going and their teacher is going to be speaking Spanish.
In the kindergarten, they still do a lot of that play-based learning. They're doing it in a traditional way that any other kindergartner would. They incorporate a lot of music, a lot of song when they're learning the languages as well, and that's something that's very prominent in our household. So I think that was a fun way for them to learn all those basic academic and social skills as well. Even for our first grader now, it's amazing when we will go out and if he hears people speaking Spanish, he recognizes it. It's just one of those skill sets that it's so incredible to have as an added bonus.
And I found that the Spanish immersion community is really a small, tight community, and we love being a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one aspect to kind of learn those different things about culture, and then it's another thing to really kind of experience that and then do it in the classroom, get that replicated, and really feel like they have that authentic sense of that culture. It's a unique opportunity for people from across the district to come together. We live in St. Joseph, and so Clearview is not our geographic school, but our kids are interacting with other kids who live throughout the district. You've got such a wide range of perspective that's coming in, and that really, I think, broadens that sense of community for them. And we've loved it. It's just been an incredible experience that we feel so fortunate to have been able to be a part of.
您好，我的名字叫佩玲，我上中文班13年了。Hi, my name is HOPKINS-HOEL. I graduated from Apollo High School with the Chinese Immersion program. I am now a freshman at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. One of the advantages I feel being bilingual would be my marketability in any future careers. What I really liked in the Chinese immersion program was the fact that we got to learn not only the language, but a different culture from a very young age. I also liked that we were a close-knit friend group who were with each other throughout all of our school years. During our trip to China in 8th grade, I really enjoyed the fact that we were in a completely new environment, and we really got to experience the culture we had been learning about firsthand.
So our oldest daughter has had the experience of going from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade.
We thought it was important to have a diverse educational experience greater than what we had experienced when we were younger. We thought that immersion was the way to do that. I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunities that Paris experienced during school.
It is exposing our students to a whole nother culture that they didn't even realize existed.
There's a social aspect. Exposure to St. Cloud State University for post-secondary learning brings a global importance in the workplace.
And she is a freshman, however, with the credits that she took through post-secondary education options and her AP courses through the Chinese immersion program and, of course, other classes, she's already got a year and a half done. She's only gonna have 2.5 years of college. By the time her second year in school, I'm gonna have a Chinese minor. So, you know, having that advantage of already having a minor when you're finishing your freshman year in college is actually pretty awesome. When I think of immersion, I think of how it can bring not only the students together, but it brings us together globally. It is bringing a Chinese culture together with American culture. They got to experience things in the classroom that they wouldn't normally experience because we have a native Chinese teacher.
As I've grown into my professional career, I've really been exposed to a lot more globalism around the world. There's a great importance to be able to close the gap of communication.
Paris, one of her new friends is a Chinese student. She talks Chinese English back and forth with her all the time.
The interesting part for me was that she just really found a new world through that process and realized that together, the world, we exist despite the miles that separate us.
742 together.
742 together.